Hello. Hi. Kitty cat. Alright. I don't know how to start this. I am going to start collecting VHS tapes. And maybe other things. But right now I'm thinking VHS tapes. Collecting in general has been a challenge for me. And there may be multiple reasons for that. One of them being that I used to live in a very small room in a trailer where my parents lived, and now I live in a very small place, a very small apartment. And then there are also psychological reasons, one being that my father was like borderline, what's that word? Hoarder, there it is. Just borderline. It was never too much of an issue, but he would never get rid of anything. And like part of that is his growing up as he was very poor. When you got something, you might not get it again, so hold on to it. And part of that would also be growing up in the time that he grew up in. It would just double down on that idea. Hi? So I don't really blame him for that, but the effect that life had on him has had an opposite effect on me, where I never felt like I had enough room and I didn't want to keep anything. There are a lot of things that I've thrown away that I wish I would have kept. Hi. And that's how life has been for a while. I moved in with my fiance, or she moved in with me, really. And we've been working with each other. We've been trying to solve issues with each other, which has been really nice and painful, but nice, as it is. To be loved is to be changed. It was actually, there was a time when she was just moving in, she was bringing in all her stuff, and her dad was here, and he's like, oh yeah, we should definitely get a coffee table in here and a couple of shelves. I'm like, we don't have room for that. I feel squished already. The coffee table that the camera is sitting on right now, didn't want half of the things in the bedroom right now that Maggie has in there. But I got used to it, and actually I kind of like the look. The apartment looked very bare without everything that Maggie put in it. I felt more comfortable, but I don't know. It feels lived in now. There's probably a lot of psychology behind that I don't want to get into. But anyway, 3.5 minutes in, let's get into the actual meaning of the video. Maggie has made me comfortable enough to collect things and to actually be myself. And I think I'm going to go with VHS tapes, which I'm going to do a little bit of research on. Currently, I work for Uber Eats as I'm in between. I'm going to try and go to school for plumbing. I was working in a factory, and I convinced myself that I was okay with it. But after I was convinced to leave by my fiance, I realized that I hated it, and I was very sad. And we're going to try plumbing, which should give me a better schedule. But currently, while we're waiting on school, I've been doing Uber Eats, which pays decently. So after my shift at Uber Eats this morning, I went down to Salvation Army at first because I was right next to it when my shift ended. And I went looking inside for anything VHS related. First of all, the first thing I found was this box of candles, which is still slightly taped. Let me grab some scissors. Oh wait, no. I have a handy pocket knife that was given to me by Maggie's father. It's very nice of him. It's a very nice knife. Here we have, it's like a fairly old box, just, regular candles. Now at Walmart you could get something like this for like 95 cents per candle. This was $4 for the box, and there's a fair amount of candles in there. There's two levels of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So that'd be like 62 altogether. I'm not going to bother with the math for that. I'm not very good at math. I'll set that down. It was nice to find that, just something extra, because we use a couple of candles. Sugar is entranced with her own shadow. Good girl, Sugar. Anyway, next up, we have this case. Let's see if I can. This is a little case made to hold VHS tapes. All it is a little drawer. You can see it's got these little grooves that will hold them. This one case was $5, and then I have another case over here. That right there. This is slightly larger. This is also $5. Now, when I first picked these up, they were stacked on top of each other and placed in such a way that looks like they were together. It looks very nice, but they are two separate pieces. I was happy to find that, but at Salvation Army they didn't have anything else VHS related. So I went and I picked up some Asian food right down the street. Very nice, very cheap. It was like $10 for some nice teriyaki chicken. I came home and had that, and then I went back out for more shopping down in a different direction. The first two shops I checked out didn't have anything VHS related. It's strange because by now you'd consider them antique, but some antique places just don't carry them at all. Where did I go? I can't remember the name. This last store I went to is gauged more towards donations. And that's where I found everything I have. And they have more VHSs there. I'll have to go back at another time. But I first went out looking for the player. There we go. Got all these cords. This power cord. Very normal. Let's see if we can get you facing this. Classic VHS player. This is not the brand that my family had, though I don't quite remember the name of that one. Here we have a cord that is outdated now. We have the yellow one I know is video, and then the red one must be audio. I know in some cases they have yellow, red, and white. And red and white would be left and right audio, but I don't remember which is which. I wonder if it tells me on the box. Well, we have an audio in and out. And there's, wait, this red one might also be video. This is very strange. It has been a while. I only decided to pick this up a couple days ago, and I haven't done much research for it. Let me set that down. We have the little place where the tapes will go in. I look forward to trying this out, and it looks like you can record here. I'm not quite sure how that works either, but I'll have to see. I look forward to trying that out. I have not plugged it in yet. I wanted to get home and do this video first. I'll let you know in the next one if it works. It could be a dud, which could be why it was donated. Anyway, back onto what else I found there. Here we have Adventures in Odyssey. I bet this is flipped around like in a mirror because I've got the phone facing me. But this is something I grew up with. Zoom in there. Lost and Found. I'm not familiar with that one. Not quite. This is audio, by the way. This is not a bit loud. This is not VHS. These are audio tapes. I believe these are called 8 tracks, but I could be wrong about that. There's only 6 of them, so that wouldn't be the 8 track. I don't know what 8 track means. Tyndale Entertainment. Odyssey Sings. It was copyright in 2005. 2 years after I was born. By Focus on the Family. I look forward to trying that out. I don't have anything that can play this yet. I'll have to do some more thrifting. Oh no. But yeah, we grew up listening to this on a local radio station. I think just every weekday at 4 p.m. Adventures in Odyssey would come on, and that would be a highlight of our day. Mr. Whitaker. And here we have something that's very interesting. It's Walt Disney Pictures. Brother Bear. Grew up watching this as well. Now, I'll have to tell you the reason that I decided to go after VHS tapes recently. I had a dream that me and my fiance were watching a VHS tape. And mind you, I should have written it down, because I've forgotten now what we were watching, and it was either Brother Bear by Walt Disney or Tarzan. And I don't remember what it was in the dream, but that was the reason that I started this. And we'll see how much I keep up with it. But I look forward to watching these with her. I wonder what copyright these were. Rated G, as you might expect. Owned by Eager Rice Boats, Incorporated, and used by permission. All rights reserved. The runtime is approximately 88 minutes. You'd think it'd be in here somewhere. And here it is. Some people would say that I'm too young to handle these, or not handle them, but like remember them. We grew up fairly poor. It wasn't awful, but like we didn't have a whole lot, so typically we grew up with older technology just because it was cheaper. So we grew up watching a lot of these. Now, that copyright should be in here. You would think. I don't see it anywhere. I just like how, I don't know how it feels. It is like, I don't know, cheaply made might be the wrong word, but it's more liable to break than what else you might have. I think it's more liable to be broken than like CDs or Blu-rays, you know. But it's something special in my mind. Like, me and my fiance have been collecting Polaroid pictures. It's not an old Polaroid camera. I did buy it off of Amazon, but I had the idea to do that because that's the only picture you have. That's it. If it was a digital picture, you can copy it and send it to people to your heart's content. But that one Polaroid is special because it's the only one. And I had an issue with my camera. I don't know what happened. Some of the film had an issue and rolled up on it. And now on the right side, it's a little janky and messed up on all of the pictures anymore. And that's special too. Because, I don't know. There's something special in imperfection. Alright, let's move on to what else we have. Mind you, I have seen these two movies before and look forward to seeing them again. I have some here that I haven't seen. One of them being Walt Disney's Pocahontas. Now, this is something you probably think I should have seen. And, yeah. My father grew up also very religious, and he believes that in here there are uses of witchcraft, which is why we've never seen it. Is there? I don't know, because I haven't seen it yet. I think in that song that she talks about the wind and stuff, and that's what it was there. My father has since changed a little bit, and he probably wouldn't mind this as much. I wonder if they have advertisements recorded on here. I hope they do, because that's something I miss as well. And here we have, also by Focus on the Family, I didn't know that. The same people that made Adventures in Odyssey. Last Chance Detectives. I'm not as familiar with this franchise or this video here. I have seen some of the videos. I remember seeing one where one of the main characters, a boy, got lost in the desert. And I remember him praying to God, and that's how he got out. I believe they hang out in an old airplane. I'll watch it and let you know. Let's see if I can find. Runtime approximately 60 minutes. I wonder if I can find that on here. FBI warning, which you might remember was on a lot of these things. It was always there, and my family didn't usually care. Federal law provides severe civil and criminal penalties for the unauthorized reproduction, it shouldn't be that hard. Or copyright 1994, focus on the family. What was that, after the copyright of Brother Bear? Very nice. Pardon for my stuttering. I don't have an actual stutter. Honestly, I don't talk that much. I keep quiet. I'm not very social, if you haven't noticed. And here we have another Disney. Disney and Pixar, which is a great studio. A Bug's Life. Let me see what we have here. Runtime, approximately 95 minutes. Bonus footage, approximately 10 minutes. Hi-Fi stereo. Oh yes, and do you remember when that happened? This film has been modified from its original version. It has been formatted to fit your TV. You used to get that little flash up there a lot. I don't know what year that happened. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to be more knowledgeable about these sorts of things. And here it says Best Animated Short, 1997. Jerry's Game. I remember that. This old man plays chess. Rated G. Let's see if we can find the copyright. Printed in USA. Very nice. It does say copyright Disney Pixar, but no timeline of it. There's nothing on the inside. I can look for it later. But that looks like everything I've got so far. How are you doing, sugar? I'll give you an update on how things go. I've wanted to make YouTube videos forever. I might keep up with this. I hope I do. But I'll see you soon.